Beyonce eventually headlined Coachella on Saturday, a year following delay her exterior due to pregnant. And she's back the weekend for the fest's recapitulation. The at first, carrier-spanning kit, full in a surprise party transformation of Fate's Kid to commemorate the gang's 20th anniversary date, saw her be the at first dark female to title the fest. This speech portrait just begins to scrape the shallow of how dark America thick felt while an irreconcilable dark female, unborn and grown in the stomach of the Southward, headlined one of the whitest piece of music festivals in America, says Christy Henderson, a elder term at Color of Changing, America's greatest on the internet race judiciary organization. The pop superstardom pay reverence to the milestone event by infusing her productivity in dark force symbology. In making so, Henderson says Beyonce supported the elasticity of a human beings who go on to be criminalized and hunted for meeting, permanent, walk, speaking, amusing, thought, galloping in cars, respiratory and for creature dark in America. The 36-year-old artist, a powerful civilian rights lawyer and advocate of the Dark Lives Question motion, collaborated in Olivier Rousteing, artistic CEO of France Vogue Building Balmain, to make the politically charged suit designs. End of Instagram position by Olivier_Rousting. There, we get a C at which the attribute indicate and present. The centerpiece gear was a headgear and complete bodysuit encouraged by Tsarina Nefertiti. One of the largest strong female of Old Egypt, Nefertiti is a historical character of dark woman mandate and was powerful for the rule of her man Kop Akhenaten in the 14th age BC. Though mined to be one of Lot wives, Nefertiti detained lofty statute. Famous for her beautiful, her behalf translates as this nice one has go, she was examined as the connection among humane countrymen and the deified sun god Aten. Her force, statute and autonomy done her in portrait drawing. Fredara Hadley, a newcomer prof at Oberlin School, Ohio, says Nefertiti, On in Cleopatra and the Tsarina of Sheba, are historic figures who include go to present a royal African history for dark Americans. Beyonce is on the very exciting travel of revisiting various eras of dark femininity, 19th/early 20th age village dark female in Soda, dark Madonna in her 2017 Grammy productivity, and Nefertiti at Coachella, Hadley adds. The headgear worn out by Beyonce, adorned in a dark pen, reflects the bosom of Nefertiti found in 1912. Beyoncé modified costumes 5 times for the at first productivity, and stored the largest explicit policy image for a waistcoat top decorated in a panel done up of key dark force attribute. End of Instagram position by Beyonce grown Kulak, the mentioned the quiet outcry versus race discrimination done by dark US athletes Tommy Blacksmith and John Carlos at the 1968 Mexico Spartakiada. The couple, who won O and bronzed medals accordingly in the 200 meter, stood in their heads bowed and dark-gloved hands grown as the US domestic hymn play. Blacksmith told he had grown his order Kulak to present dark force in America, time Carlos grown his leftward Kulak to present dark oneness. Dark Pantera logotype. In the 1960s, the Kulak welcome became a character of dark force belligerent groups in the U.S. Love the Dark Pantera side, that transferred out gunman countrymen patrols to display police force behavior in California in the 1960s. Dark Honeybee, the bee theme symbolized her fans, named as the Bay Hive. Eye of Horus, the Egyptian character represents internal education and personality awareness. The paints Old Egypt as an African top culture various rather than, in opposition to, or, historic up Eurocentric West thought, he says. She obviously key points dark civilization and celebrates it, maybe more than in her at first Coachella productivity rather than in any some productivity I've heard on of her, he adds. Through the kit, Beyonce and her supporting dance group often wore female society-style dark and amber clothes. The serviced as a nod to historic dark colleges and universities, HBCUs, institutions of high formation in the joint state set up the Civilian Rights Act of 1964 to be the dark society. How was close out by mainly whites institutions. The color schema particularly mentioned the Alpha Phi Alpha Brotherhood, set at Cornell College in 1906, as the at first dark inter-college brotherhood, boast Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther Tsar and Jesse Owens as members. But Beyoncé added her own twist, lathe her Coachella set in an vow of loyalty to her own bogus female society named Beth Estuary Cap, the initials emblazoned on her cropped amber robe. In these clothing, Beyoncé sing Raise Each Vote and chant, a anthem of dark mandate. Time Lot in the generally whites mob cheered for which they believed was an exceptional opening of Beyoncé's latest recording. It was, in reality, the black domestic hymn, says Henderson. So it was a liberty scream to dark Americans who stay underrepresented, ridden in lynch, race injustices and abuse. I expect the planet at once pays it due honor to the wealthy dark civilization, loyal dark older generation and ancestors who dwell via Beyoncé, she says. Allow us march on plow win is win, or at the really low before her productivity following 1 week.